Hi students, this is A. Mandri Kumar Rajesh. In this video, I am going to teach you another example of cytoplasmic inheritance called Kappa particles in paramecium. First, you must know what is called Kappa particles and where do they present. They are present in cytoplasm of paramecium and they are called as inheritable symbionts. They are called as inheritable symbionts. What is called inheritable symbionts? What does it mean? Inheritable means they can self-duplicate or self-replicate and they can transmit the character from one generation to another generation. So that is called inheritable. So they can self-replicate. Then they can transmit the character from one generation to next generation. So that is called inheritable. Then what is called symbionts? Symbionts means they make a mutual association with the host are called as symbionts. In this place they mention symbionts. That means actually the Kappa particles are gram-negative bacteria. Actually, Kappa particles are a gram-negative bacteria which make a symbiotic association with ciliate protozoan called paramecium. Especially that species name is called Paramecium aurelia. So it is a gram-negative bacteria which make a symbiotic association with the Paramecium aurelia. So now I will explain that concept with a diagram. So please consider this is a paramecium. It is a structure of paramecium. It contains nucleus. In nucleus it contains chromosome, gene and DNA. This is the cytoplasm of paramecium. In cytoplasm, it contains Kappa particles. So, the nucleus can control the character of paramecium. Then, the Kappa particles also can control the character of paramecium. Actually, the paramecium is a host for these Kappa particles and it makes association with the cytoplasm and it controls the character of paramecium along with nucleus. That is why it is called inheritable symbionts. That is why Kappa particles are called as inheritable symbionts. Then it was reported by the scientist T.M. Sonnenborn. Let me talk about the Kappa particles in detail. In Paramecium aurelia species, we can able to find two types of strains. They are killer strain and sensitive strain. Killer strain and sensitive strain. The individual which possess the Kappa particles are called as killer strain. The individual which do not possess the Kappa particles are called as sensitives. In the case of killer strain, it is able to produce a toxic substance called paramycin. Which can kill the sensitive paramecium species. So, paramycin is a toxic substance which can kill the sensitive, and these paramycins are produced by the Kappa particles which are present in the cytoplasm of paramecium. Then these paramycins are harmless to the killers. these paramycins are harmless to the killers. Generally, killer strains do not kill their mates. Generally, these killer strains do not kill their mates. Then the existence and the number of kappa particles is depend upon the presence of the gene called K. The dominant gene called K. So this gene is present in the nucleus of paramecium. This gene is present in the nucleus of paramecium, which controls the existence of kappa particles and their numbers in the cytoplasm. So in the case of killers, it contains the genotype capital K, that is homozygous dominant. So they are able to produce the kappa particles. Otherwise, it may contain capital K, small k. Anyhow, it can produce the paramycin substance because it contains the dominant K. While in the case of sensitive, the genotype is homozygous recessive. That means they contain small k, small k. Generally, the sensitive individual contains kappa particles, but they are in less stable state. And they eventually disappear due to the absence of the gene dominant K. That is why the kappa particles are not produced by the sensitives. Now we are going to discuss how the transmission of gene takes place between the killer strain, sensitive strain, and we are also going to discuss the role of cytoplasm which is present in the paramecium arule. We can talk about the transmission of gene takes place between the killer strain and the sensitive strain. Generally, the paramecium reproduce by a conjugation method. It is a system of parasexual reproduction. So here we have two individual, one is killer strain, another one is sensitive strain. So killer strain contains nucleus. In that nucleus we can find the dominant gene K. So if the dominant gene is present, the paramecium must contains the kappa particles in cytoplasm. Due to the presence of dominant gene. So it is nucleus. In nucleus it contains the dominant gene K. While in the case of sensitive, it contains small k, that is homozygous recessive gene which is present in the nucleus. Due to the absence of dominant gene K, they are not able to produce kappa particles in the cytoplasm. Now I am going to allow these two individuals to conjugate. Before that, the killer strain has to undergo a process to remove the paramycin toxic substance. Otherwise, during conjugation, the killer can kill the sensitive by secretion of paramycin substance. So please imagine, now the killer undergone a process to remove the paramycin. Now it is free from the paramycin substance. So it is ready to conjugate. So I am going to allow these two individuals to conjugate for a short duration. So during conjugation, here it contains capital K because they are killer strains. Here it contains small k because it is a sensitive strain. During conjugation, the dominant K is transferred from the killer strain to the sensitive strain. So it contains capital K. Then the small k from the sensitive strain transfer to the killer strain. So it contains small k. So it contains small k. After the conjugation, the X conjugate shows the genotype capital K, small k. Here also it shows capital K, small k. Two of the individual shows the genotype heterozygous dominant. Then the killer strain shows the phenotype killer because it contains capital K, so they are able to produce the kappa particles, so they remain killers. The killers remains killers, so it is killers. While in the case of sensitives, it contains the genotype capital K, small k, so it has to show the phenotype killers, but it shows the phenotype sensitive. It shows the phenotype sensitive. The reason is, during conjugation, the transfer of gene only takes place. There is no transfer of cytoplasm from the killer strain to the sensitive strain due to lack of time. So due to the absence of cytoplasm in the sensitives, they are not able to produce kappa particles, so they remain as sensitives. So here the duration plays a major role in the transfer of cytoplasm. Now, for instance, I am going to allow the same individuals to conjugate for a long duration, more than 3 minutes. Now, from the killer strain, the dominant gene K also transfer to the sensitive along with the cytoplasm. So in the sensitives, in the cytoplasm, it contains kappa particles. Now it becomes killers. Now it becomes killer strain due to the presence of kappa particles in cytoplasm. So duration plays a major role in the transfer of cytoplasm from the killer strain to the sensitive strain. We have to notice two major points. The first one is the time plays a major role in the transfer of cytoplasm from the killer strain to the sensitive strain. Then the another point is the character of paramecium is controlled by nucleus as well as the cytoplasm. So these are the two major points you have to keep in your mind. So that's all about the kappa particles in paramecium. I hope that information will helpful for you. Please stay home and stay safe. If you have any doubt, please clarify with me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.